Hiya! Captain King!
Yo, to all you FPL managers out there, welcome back to another episode of Big Points Theory. Today's actually a special episode. We're going to introduce you to somebody who plays in our private league. He's actually number 2 in the league right now, and he's looking to play his wildcard. So we thought, why not chat about how he picks his wildcard, and maybe we can help him out with his team. So with that said, welcome to High Score Suj and our guest, Rohit. So Rohit, tell us, what are your thoughts on your wildcard?
Well, I was thinking of playing my wildcard because the international break, where you get guys that are rested and guys are on form. I might as well, and I want to play for the next 8 game weeks at least, or past. I want to have a rotational team so I can gain lots of points. Whereas at the moment, I'm like 110 points away from the leader. I'm the highest over in the world, so I'm aiming to chase him.
Okay. Well, actually, maybe we jump the gun. Let's start with when did you first start playing Fantasy League? And who introduced you to Fantasy League, an indispensable part of your life that you can't live without?
Well, started 3 years ago. So this will be my 4th tournament.
Okay.
And last year I won it in our mini league. So, yes. And this guy...
Was there any prizes?
The surprise that, you can hold the title,
So in other words,
bragging rights for a whole year. It's totally worth it.
Bragging rights. What a hot league that you... We need to play for actual prizes.
6 champions in our league here.
Okay, we're talking so much. Let's see this wonderful team that he has that's propelled him into such heights.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's look at his current team, right? You've obviously been doing pretty well with this team up until now. But if we just have a look here. Okay, just talk us through this team here in terms of who are you looking to what do you think is the problem with your team right now that you're not basically the reason you want to make the wildcard changes?
Well, as you can see, as for last night, Salah is injured. And that's a whole lot of money. I can't expect be laying just there, That's the one change. Daniels, he hasn't played the last 4 or 5 games, or basically most of the season, and that's also money on the bench. I can have a cheaper over there, rotational,
Yeah.
Okay.
At least to cash in on Bournemouth's clean sheets when they do get it.
When they do get it, and Bournemouth are on form, so...
Okay. But I mean, okay, so you basically want to make your wildcard change. Just correct me if I'm wrong. You want to make your wildcard changes because a lot of your players are not playing, and you want to actually redistribute your cash because you've got such big players, priced players, right?
And the guys I have for my on the bench, they have bad fixtures, really really bad. Crystal Palace, bad.
Okay.
Burnley, bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, okay. Before we actually go to picking a wildcard or whatever, since I've played my wildcard and Suj, you've played your wildcard as well. What would you say are the key things we must focus on for his team?
Well, he has to bring in obviously the players that are. There's a fixture swing that's happening at the moment with Liverpool, obviously getting better fixtures. And with Salah out, so Mane and
okay.
If you look at Liverpool's fixtures, it actually gets much better than what it was.
What's the best way to pull up the fixture list for teams? Let's see. Maybe Fantasy Football Fix can help us with that.
Yes.
Fixtures.
Yeah, I'd like to look at the fixtures for the particular players.
On this site, no. I normally look at the fixtures just on the.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, what I'd like to do is pull up fixtures to show. Yeah, let's have a look here. Maybe Mr. Google can help us here. Fixtures.
Yeah, there's who else is going out of favor with fixtures that had good fixtures besides
Crystal Palace.
Oh, it's
Well, you see, like I said, I want to do something like this where I can pull up the fixtures for all the teams.
But also like Carlson is putting his hand up again, scoring again.
And his premium midfielders that are under 7, should I say.
And that's not premium. Premium is like 8 and above.
Okay. Before we go off track, let's talk about fixtures first. Oh dear. Looks like you have to go by club. Oh, that sucks. Wait a minute. I think I found something over here. This is actually from Fantasy Football Geeks. We actually can look at the ranking in terms of fixture ease, right? So you can see that, like, based on the, like you mentioned a couple of teams there. I think you said, like, didn't you say Burnley and stuff like that are having some bad fixtures, even though they're in the top half of the table? You can see that in terms of and Crystal Palace, right? So Crystal Palace are actually middling.
So you would want players from the top 4 teams there: Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Wolves. Wolves seem to be a good way then to get in there.
Wolves and I see Newcastle.
No, Newcastle 13th at that table.
Yeah, but as in a defender.
Oh, okay.
With to rotate with Wolves.
Oh, you mean GP? Okay.
Yeah, GP. Yeah.
Wait. We're going off track here. Let's start with first thing we were talking about was the teams that we would like to look at most of all, right? So in this table here, the fixture ease suggests that, as Sujit said, Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Wolves, Spurs, Arsenal, Leicester, Crystal Palace. I think these top 8 or 9 teams are where we kind of are going to focus most of our players. Do you agree or not? Because to me, I don't see a reason. If I look at the bottom half of this, I mean, other than maybe West Ham and the less said about United, the better.
Yes.
I can't see you wanting to pick any players from there. I think you kind of need to set it as a rule because it's easy. Like, I understand if you need to make your budget such that you can fit all those players, but in generally, the principle is that we're going to pick from teams who have better fixtures. Am I right?
Yes. But look, that's a bit misleading because Crystal Palace is 8th, and just go team and press I on Zaha or someone and have a look at those features, and you tell me, do they deserve to be 8th on that table?
Let's have a look.
Eight.
So, okay, I'm seeing a lot of reds there. A hell of a lot of reds. In fact, I see them going to the bottom half of the table tremendously.
So out of that side, they said week 9 to 16 or 9 to 11 or something.
There's one 9 to 11 and others 9 to 14.
Yes.
Yeah, it's 9 to 14 and 9 to 11, yeah.
So check if Crystal Palace is 9 to 14.
9 to 14. That's like the worst fixture list you can possibly get.
Yeah, so I don't know what.
I don't trust that.
How did they actually factor that in there? Unless perhaps no, I don't know.
Look, I'm not sure exactly how they calculate it, but I mean, I've used this site before, and I do trust them with the way they do stuff, right? So, okay, so the principle's clear. Picking from those teams at the top there. I mean, there's no real shocks there, right?
Yeah.
I found there's another thing on the site that one of the managers that are on the site actually played their imaginary wildcard. So I wanted to just look at it quickly and see if there's any players that stand out to you that you would like want to maybe bring into your team, right?
Where does Jensen Button play in the Premier League?
Jensen Button, oh my word. Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of him. But yeah, looking at this team here, Rohit, any of these players jump out at you that you would like consider? You can have a look. Yeah, I mean, Mendy looks like he's back in the action. To me, Charlison is the one that surprises me a little.
Yeah.
Salah.
Arnold, no, he's also rotational risk.
Yeah, I believe he didn't play the last. Game, eh?
Gomez is the one who's getting the
minutes.
The minutes. Yes.
Yes.
And,
okay. Gomez is back in. Okay.
The premium.
Let's just bring him out quickly. I just want to see.
Nice,
It's nice to know that we can avoid at least one of these guys. He would have been my key pick from that team, but now he missed one game, right? Now we don't know. Do we know the reason why he missed that game?
No.
Okay, now that's fine.
He started.
So he just missed the last game. So I don't know if we can.
Just
definitely rule him out,
the
right?
first game. The 9 points.
Okay. So going back to this team here, if I just look at the structure of this team, right?
Yeah.
If I'm just looking at the structure of this team, we've got cheap goalkeepers, two premium well, say 3 premium defenders, and then they've gone for like cheapos on the one
Yes.
side. Then the midfield, you can see that actually the midfield is very much like dominated by like the medium priced and just 2 premiums. Now you've
Yeah.
already made it clear that you want to get rid of Salah, right? We can have an argument about that like a little later, but if you remove him, the general idea is still 2 premiums and 3 mediums and maybe 1 cheapo. Because I see a trend. I've been looking at a couple of teams and I noticed the trend is to shift to three decent strikers, 1 premium striker, 1
Yes.
medium, and 1 maybe cheap one. So is that the strategy you want to go for?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly that.
Suj, what do
Well,
you think? Like, what's your take in terms of the structure?
There's one more thing I want to see before I agree on that structure. Go to Fantasy Football Fix and just check the most owned players.
Most
Just wanna
owned.
see.
Okay, where do I go for that?
System manager.
No.
System manager.
Yeah.
Yes. Rotation planning.
No.
They'll tell you players. It drops down.
Not this.
Definitely not that.
Just go on. Press the system manager. Gives you other things. You click onto it.
I'm going on there now. Hold on a second.
Okay.
So we're looking at most owned.
Yes.
So ownership. Well, that's goalkeepers. Let's. Oh no, this is all players. Here we go. So
Yes.
most owned. What were you looking for specifically in the most owned, Suj?
No man, this is not the right one. This is my team that you're looking at there. Okay, fuck it, leave it there.
What are you What were you specifically trying to point out?
I just wanted to see how many people still actually have Salah and how many people have Hazard and stuff like that.
Well, that's what this ownership does do. I mean, it's 47.4.
There's a thing that shows you on the screen there, man. Not,
Perhaps stats can be shown from the original
no,
site itself.
no, leave it. It's not the right one anyway, so it's fine. Let's carry on.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we know more or less what the structure is. We know which teams we want to pick from. So another thing I'd like to go through quick is some of the bargain picks that we can look at.
Must
I,
have.
yeah, I think this Doty guy, when I heard his name, I'm like, yo, is he Doty from One Piece or who is this guy? So I mean, he's very cheap. He's very cheap and he's clearly in a lot of teams. Like a lot of teams are starting to bring him in. Wolves are obviously brilliant at their defending and they got some good fixtures. So I mean, we've already decided that.
I'll definitely not be taking all of us. No ways.
Not all of
He's
us.
a magnet.
Yeah, him and I think we must jump off the Watford train. They just like I don't feel like they're performing at all.
They're off the form again.
Yeah.
Brighton, yeah, he is involved in everything. And they have fixtures coming up, and they're not they're not a Mickey Mouse team. You know, they have a little bit of experience. You know?
Who are you referring to?
Duffy.
Oh, Duffy. Okay.
No, they're quite strong. So, you know.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, super cheap. So, look, I mean, we've got a couple of options there. Right, let's just go straight to your team because I think maybe that's where we'll get most of our whatever. So, okay, we're first removing Salah for definite, right?
The players I want to keep is Alonso, Hazard.
Right?
That's it. The rest I want to take out.
So, Kane,
Yeah, out.
Vardy, out.
Out.
Okay, that's up to you. To me, Vardy is like a indispensable at this point in time, I would say. Let's remove Cedric. Let's remove Bennett. Bennett, I would also say.
You should keep Bennett, sorry.
Daniels,
Because he's
Wan Bissaka. Well, you did say remove everyone, so let's do what you said. Remove everyone.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Where do you want to start?
Let's go for
front
the-
or at the back?
Let's start with forward.
Forwards. Okay.
Yeah.
So to me, Aguero is like the only Aguero and Lacazette were my 2 picks from our team, right? Because to me, like I said, got good fixtures. He's performing. He's at the top of his game. I think he'll start adding goals as well. But who did you have in mind?
Aguero, Lacazette, and Wilson.
Sure. So you're going straight to the top three. Such, who would your picks be if you were picking a wild card?
I would go Aguero, Lacazette, and Murray.
Lacazette. Okay. And who?
Murray from
Murray.
Brighton.
Why Murray?
Look where he is on that table. Look how many goals he scored.
He's got 5 goals.
Exactly.
So yeah, one of the
He's a bit old, and he gets something, brother. So he's been scoring. Look at the rest of his seasons that he scored goals in, or like his season.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Yeah.
The last 5 goals. He played for other teams and all that shit, but he's coming to the end of his career, so he'll wanna just do a Defoe kind of thing.
Okay. And I can see his fixtures are pretty decent.
Yeah, I love those fixtures.
Okay. So he's definitely an
That's
alternative. He's definitely an alternative. In terms of price, he's about
Let's see
the same.
Wilson's-
Wilson's a bit cheaper.
Yeah, let's just see his fixtures.
So Wilson has less goals, but I can see he's adding a couple of assists to his name. Having a look at his fixtures, rather mixed, I would say.
Actually, I changed my mind.
Yeah. Okay, before we go ahead, okay, so who are you changing your mind to?
Sorry?
Were you changing your mind?
Murray.
Mari, okay. I'll leave him in there. So I just want to go one more thing on Aguero. Aguero is not a rotation risk. I mean, he's still carrying that injury. Do you know if he played in the international week?
I don't think he's been selected for Argentina. Remember the last international game? He wasn't selected and he didn't play and all that.
Let's have a quick squiz there. I love Google.
I think he was completely left out.
Yo,
It's
he was good enough to go to a nightclub.
exactly.
So maybe not that injured. You know, maybe
Just like- just like
maybe he's super jealous of Ronaldo. Getting involved in the Me Too movement. Maybe Aguero's thinking, hey, I haven't been accused of rape yet. I need to get involved in this to raise my profile.
He's wearing there instead of Captain America, he's got Captain something.
Captain Luck. Yeah, but okay. So yeah, Aguero. I mean, his fixtures are a bit mixed, and you have to consider the fact that he's going to be. I think he will be rotated. I mean, you can have a look at the last few fixtures he's played. He's not even getting near 70 minutes. He's still scoring, but it's something you have to be careful about. But I mean, for his price, you can easily swap down to Jesus. And are we not going to consider perhaps that you might consider De Bruyne instead of Aguero?
Well, De Bruyne hasn't played yet, so.
The only other player I'll take there would be Sterling.
Sterling.
You see?
Yeah, I mean,
Yes,
he's
price
a
is
bit...
very premium. That's
Yeah.
what was my only thing.
Okay, fair enough. Let's move on to midfield then. Let's move on to midfield. Midfield. So you've already got Hazard. We're moving away from Salah. Does that mean you're moving away from Liverpool completely?
No, I'm moving on to Mane. Mane.
Mane. Okay. So are you trying to bank in? Are you trying to bank in on their good fixtures? And you think that Mane, Salah, both of them have not scored in the last 4 games.
Yes.
So you're taking a bit of a chance with him.
Yes.
Whoa, I'm making a mistake here. Let's go with Mane. Okay. Right. So now we're moving into the sort of the medium efforts, right? Now, since you don't have Vardy, I would recommend to you that maybe you go with Madison.
Yes,
I agree.
take his medicine.
He's the medicine for Leicester.
Yeah, he's obviously doing the set
Creating.
pieces, right? He's involved in the set pieces.
Yeah.
So he's got some good. What's the name? I believe he also takes penalties when Vardy's not on the field. So
Basically, everything must go through Madison to go to Vardy. So he's either going to get goal or assist in some sort of in every game or every second game is something. Madison will be involved.
okay,
Everything involved.
okay. Moving on.
I was thinking to Wolves.
You like a midfielder from Wolves? Let's pull up Wolves there. I'm not too For
What's
me,
the
what's
second?
anybody from him? I mean, maybe Moutinho. Who did you have in mind?
Moutinho.
Moutinho.
Yeah.
What makes you want to go with him? I mean, he's already scored 1 goal and got 1 assist.
That one goal was against United.
Yeah,
Look at the
I'm not sure what you're seeing in him.
No. That's
At
not
least with
good.
defenders, look at the fixtures. At least with defenders, you can rotate.
Yes. Nothing
Other
for,
than
yeah.
midfielders, you don't have going to.
Yeah.
You can't. You don't want.
Okay. Just take a defender. What? Don't.
No
Oh,
finisher.
whoa. We're still in midfield. We'll work your team after that. Well, who
Maybe-
else? Or do you want to allow? Okay, let's do this. Since you are keen to go back onto the back, let's leave these 2 midfielders open. You can have a look at your budget after we've gone through the back. So, goalkeepers. Your idea is to go with goalkeepers that have like rotational.
And that's
Able to
Patricio.
rotate, right? So if I go to the rotation planner quick,
Yeah.
this is a lovely tool. This in fantasy football because we can actually
And it is.
have a look at the rotation and play home fixtures only. We are looking at a 1-2, right?
Yeah.
So rotation. Here we go. Liverpool Everton. Is that the best they have there?
No, that's fine. Look at that. No, man, go back down. What are you doing? Can you see the blue ones are when your goalkeeper would start? Those are the fixtures that they'll play. So Crystal Palace, then Cardiff, then Brighton, then Fulham, then Cardiff, then Everton, then Newcastle, then Watford. That's perfect.
Yeah, but we're not. I don't think these 2 teams are the ones you'd want to look at. You'd want to look at the cheaper teams, right? So maybe like Wolves.
That's the best rotation that they have. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's on everything else.
We identified a couple. Wolves, Newcastle.
Just put it to West Ham.
Wait, sorry. I think we actually disable them like this.
Yeah, you disable them.
Yeah. So I want to take all the expensive players out because we're not considering them. Definitely not Crystal Palace and Chelsea. Not Huddersfield. Not Cardiff. Not Burnley and Bournemouth.
Not Fulham.
And would you say not Fulham either?
No. Those are the whooping boys. No, thank you.
Okay.
No.
And so okay, and then Southampton also not the best, but let's have a look between these.
Another thing, Bournemouth
And I see,
over.
looks like it's Everton and Leicester. If I just take Everton out of the running and have a look again, so Newcastle and Brighton seem to be choices, and you did mention Brighton earlier. Are you keen on the Wolves goalkeeper?
Yes.
Okay, but if I take Wolves, I don't see how I'm gonna get who will match with Wolves.
Take out just leave West Ham and
Let's go put
West
Patricio.
Ham and
I'm just having a
Wolves.
look at Patricio's fixtures here. He's playing home, away, home, but his home game is not great. So between him and you said which team?
West Ham.
West Ham. Okay. West Ham and Wolves. Well, you can see it's Wolves, West Ham, Wolves. I think that could work. I mean, once West Ham gets out of this run of fixtures, they might actually get a bit clearer for them.
And you know what, fam? Yes, he's always the same points.
Isn't Joe Hart the goalkeeper? Oh, he's
Yeah, you
funny.
can see they just need to get through this little difficult section and then they are clear. So, are you keen on taking Fabianski there?
Yes.
Suj, what do you think?
Yeah, I think Fabianski is a good one.
Flapiansky. Yeah, he's leaving that behind.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Let's not forget to enable that before something disastrous happens. Okay, going through
How
the
much
team here.
Brighton's goalkeeper.
Ryan.
Okay, take out Wolves and put West Ham and Brighton. And that rotation. That's it.
West Ham and Brighton. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. You haven't really done anything.
No, it's fine. I'll stick to those.
Okay. So, can I get back to which is Patricio? I think Patricio is performing really well, so it is good to
Yes.
have him in your team. Defenders. So, we've already got Alonso as your one premium defender. Who's the other team you're looking for as a premium defender?
Oh, Doherty. Doherty's playing like a premium defender.
Premium defender.
Yeah, I said he's playing like a premium and scoring like a premium defender.
Yeah, but I mean premium in terms of price.
You have Alonso already.
Are you looking to maybe save on your defense and stick with one premium defender and then fill out the rest with cheapos?
I'm thinking of Mendy. You know, he's back on. He's firing. He'll be running forward.
Okay. I didn't see him in the last game. How was he against Liverpool?
He played alright against them.
He got 5. You see?
He got nice assists there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're jumping back on that train. That's fine, but then you really have to now you're gonna really have to compromise on the quality of your bench.
How much money is left?
He's got a 23.5 in the bank. So let's move on to, I think you said Doughty you definitely want.
Yeah.
I think that's a good choice. Your budget's starting to shrink, eh? Now you need some really cheapos. You're probably going to have to stick with Wan-Bissaka.
4.5. No, we can jump on maybe onto. That's why he was talking about Newcastle, because that's where he wanted his cheapo defender from.
Yes.
Newcastle. I don't think Newcastle has any 4.0s.
They don't need another 4.0. 4.5.
4.1s.
4.5.
Yedlin, you know.
Let's. It doesn't look in terms of. Let's just put him in for now. We need to look at your have a look at your budget. Dude, I cannot see you getting a 4.5 in here and still having some decent sides here. Unless you're going to stick with a 4.5 midfielder.
Who that 4.1 now from Wolves?
You are talking about Bennett?
Yes.
Okay, Bennett. Let's
You
see.
You're going to triple at the back with Wolves. Wow.
Yeah, that's a shaky ground for me. But I mean, if you're going to take that
Yeah,
down. To be honest, most of the time, if you look at his team here, most of the time you'll be playing Mendy and Alonso. Really, you're just fighting for one position. So you
Okay, then what happens when? Okay, I suppose. But then what happens if they have a good fixture? Then who would you drop from Alonso and Mendy? And then you have to play 4 at the back. I just find it risky to have to. Bruh, my first experience in this game, the first game we ever played, I did exactly that, thinking I was going to get massive points. And I got my lowest score ever of 14 for a whole.
Yeah, exactly.
You have 11 players that should get 2. That's 22 at the very least. I got 14. Thank you.
Those were good times.
That for me, he's done a triple up before where he's scored points, so he's had a different experience. So.
Okay.
Doesn't Brighton have any low pointers, defenders?
Okay. So I just want to be clear. Which of these do you want to keep in the team? My suggestion is you keep Bennett and Doughty and remove the goalkeeper.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good move.
Because I mean, Patricio is the best performing goalkeeper.
Yes.
But remember now we're fighting with budget.
Yes.
So what do you think?
I think so. Take him up.
Okay. Was there a reason you had Speroni in your team? Was it just to fill a gap?
It was just to save money because they had a premium. I was starting Edison all the time.
Okay. So remember West Ham, if we're looking at West Ham, you said Brighton was the team you wanted to look at. Let's have a go, yeah. Brighton.
Brian. Yeah.
Oh, Newcastle. Whichever
No,
one.
we had to look at Newcastle. Remember their fixtures are not great.
Yeah, Brighton's got a better. No, stick with Brighton.
Yeah,
Brighton's
Brighton. Don't revert
And
to that. Yeah, we already got Yedlin as it is as well, so you don't want to double up on Newcastle. Newcastle, I think, are going to get relegated. I don't trust them to keep a clean sheet.
Just look at their fixtures. Look at their last few games they played. You see what they did at all?
Lost, draw, lost.
No.
But it was against premium teams.
Yeah, so you said look whatever.
Yeah.
So.
But I just want to see, yeah.
Their fixtures are fine, but I'm telling you not to trust Newcastle. They're not playing well. Against United, we were playing terrible.
So I might as well take Morgan from Leicester.
No, man, he got saved for the second time.
Who's 2.5 at Leicester?
Let me pull up Leicester. That's a good idea because I actually like Leicester as well. I think like I would definitely go into their team.
Morgan got
In
a
terms
second rate
of players there, they're a bit pricey, so I really can't see you picking from there. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't really pick from there. Yeah, let's give up on that one. Look, let's just leave it as is for now. You've got 10.3 to spend on 2 midfielders. That does really make it tight. I'm going to assume now you're going to have to pick a 4.5 midfielder.
But it's just 5.1.
Let's start.
There was also
Let's start with
price.
5.1. Who are you envisioning for 5.1? I would actually suggest Jorginho.
For Bournemouth, he's involved. He's playing up front.
No, who
But
for Bournemouth? I missed that. What did you say?
Brooks.
Brooks. Okay. Yeah, I don't know about this pick. This guy doesn't play a full game. Yes, he scored in the last 2, but I don't know. Are there any stats to back this guy up?
Yeah.
No. Never mind. The Bournemouth fixtures are crappy. You forgot about that.
Yeah.
Don't forget about that. The fixture's not great.
So you jumped off from them. You jumped off Wilson in the first.
Yeah.
In terms of picks here, I would consider maybe someone like Xhaka or Jorginho. Or Jorginho. Because even though he hasn't been scoring, right? I was having a look at his stats the other day. He still makes the most passes out of every player. You know?
Yeah.
And if I can just look at his heat map quick, just to make my case.
He is the new Kante. Because I mean, Kante is actually playing like a real cunt. Right? Kante that he really is, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay. So how do I pick this team now? I think we go to Chelsea. And we go with Jorginho there. Tell me something. Is Pedro back on the bench, or is he?
No, he came back from injury. I don't know if he had a few minutes. I think he had a few minutes in the last game.
Okay. So I'm having a look at this guy. You can tell. Look at 853 passes, and look where he's hanging around. Like, he's definitely hanging around. He's not obviously in the box. He's staying firmly in midfield, so perhaps that's why he doesn't score. But I'm just thinking, like, perhaps, like, in terms of assists, he might get involved. But yeah, it doesn't really bear him out, eh?
Yeah, but let's see the final 1/3 passes. He's involved there.
Not really. Not from this heat here. Not this heat map. And
Actually.
yeah.
So it's outside the box.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. Let's jump off him. You really don't have a lot of options here. You know. Let's just go with price. You've got Xhaka. See, these are all underperforming players. You don't have a lot to choose from. Right.
Filter by form.
Who?
Form. You know when you filter by form.
Okay. Let's do that. Lennon, Brooks, Dyer.
Yeah, I thought that they got some decent fixtures.
Maybe Dyer.
Yeah, that's what I
Not
thought.
great fixtures, but I mean, you're really just looking for someone to fill a gap. I mean, these two positions, you have to think to yourself, you're just filling gaps here.
Yeah, he's a
We
good
can't really look at people that are performing, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, just your rotation at home. Just wherever that week is, I'll play at home. You see.
Okay. Let's go for that rotation assist planner. Okay. So
It's worth every cent to pay for this site.
It is.
yeah,
Because it gives so much of things. It simplifies things for you so easily. You can create your game with one team, everything with this.
you know who might have been a nice choice was Liverpool's
Attacking rotation.
Milner, but Milner is on the injury list, I think, as well. So
I like Wijnaldum.
yeah, Wijnaldum. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at the teams now, and I don't really see much here. I wish there was a way to pull up more teams. It looks like, why is it that there's only 2?
Because you chose 1, 2. If you had to go to
Okay. So let's pick. Let's see what the most does.
But then you're gonna have to like tear up your whole defense for this.
Yeah. That's fine. I'm just gonna remove some of the players, the teams that you know we're not gonna go with. Let's leave Fulham in there. Yeah, we obviously were looking at Richarlison, but I think Richarlison's out of the picture as well in terms of your budget.
Lacazette is eating lots of money there.
Yeah, but he knows he's firing me.
Yeah, that's
the thing.
Okay. Well, look, I mean, to me, I can see Fulham have have decent enough fixtures. They're playing Bournemouth, Huddersfield, and Cardiff in the next 3, but you don't really have choices from there. West Ham, Chelsea.
Chelsea, yeah, they Man United.
Yeah. Okay. Let's not linger on this. So, let's just go. Okay, who do you wanna pick? Just take a pick for now.
Let's go for Arsenal.
Xhaka.
Yeah.
Let's have a look if let's just check that he's playing. Okay, he's definitely playing every game. So I'll put him in for now. Makes your last player a 5.0. Who do you consider from? Let's go with someone cheap because I see you.
But at least we should have.
Suj, a pick.
5.0. Filtered by price.
Price.
5.0. I would take a punt on Brighton. Oh no, you have a Leicester. Oh really?
That's 5.2.
You can't pick him. He's 5.2. Your choices are really at the bottom of here. Matic might be a decent choice, but the rest of these are.
Unless Kante.
You wanna go with Kante?
How much Jorginho Kante?
They both 5.0, I think.
Is he the hitman for Kante at the...
That don't sound right. Yeah, I thought so.
Oh, that's the Kante.
Jorginho's 5.1.
So
Kante is 5.0.
Kante it is.
To me, I would say you should put in someone who's 4.5. You're never gonna play this midfielder.
Yeah, just pop that Westbrook back in and see what it does to your budget. Just as an example.
Right. So you've got 0.5 in the bank. I like to leave a little bit of money in the bank, especially because of the price rises.
You like to play 4 in the back.
Actually, now that I'm speaking about price rises, can I have a look quickly? Because actually, sometimes looking at the price rising can kind of tell you where managers are trying to get into, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's have a look here. You can see Bennett is someone they're jumping on. You've mentioned Murray, Fraser, Billing. His choice. Like people are definitely picking him. I'm guessing it's purely because of the price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, but the thing is, he's playing 90 minutes. Westwood comes on. You see.
Yeah, but you can play. If you're playing 90 minutes for Huddersfield, who's under pressure and losing every single game, or you can play, well, like you call that few minutes with Westwood in the team that's playing better, that he comes on when they're winning the game and he just gets the third, or like assist or something like that.
That's true. Let's see Burnley's fixtures. Okay. Let's just go to Westwood and pick
Westwood is from Burnley.
Oh. I don't think Burnley's fixtures are great. No, they're not very good.
Now, like you said, you're not going to really play him, so.
Okay, let's leave Westwood in. Let's leave him in. So looking at this team here, are you totally happy with it? Is there anything that sticks out to you that's maybe not your cup of tea?
Maybe if I take Yedlin out and I put a 5.0 defender.
Okay. Just remember, looking at this team, you're never going to play this last defender. You're going to play Alonso, you're going to play Mendy, and then one of the Wolves defenders. You're really not going to get your benefit out of Wolves unless you play them every game, because you don't know which games they're going to get clean sheets in, right? Is it really if you're going to put a 5.0 defender in, then you're not going to play your Wolves players.
No, you're right.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, that's part of the strategy you got to consider, is that.
Well, then if that's the case, why don't you just put Wan-Bissaka back in there, let him sit on the bench and let him
until his fixtures clear up. I actually agree with that.
He's for price.
I actually agree with that. Because I mean, remember, keeping money in the bank is worth it, especially if someone gets injured or something like that.
Don't change. Yeah. So you got more money to spend now, 0.9.
Yeah,
exactly. Oh, now take out Xhaka and Westwood again. Okay, leave Westwood, sorry.
Wait, let's do that. Let me do that for you. 6.2. Yes, you see that gives you a bit more range now.
Yeah, Shaka Zulu had to come out.
Right. Now, Goodmanson is somebody that is performing. And I think he takes the set pieces too, if I'm not mistaken. He's got some crappy fixtures, but I mean, if you can catch him strategically.
Westwood is already from there.
Okay.
Okay.
Goodmanson. Moutinho was somebody you were looking at before.
Yeah, but I only got in the back. So it depends on points.
I like Knockout.
Yes, Knockout was also another choice that I thought was a good option. If Milner was not injured, I would have said go for Milner, because this guy was, in the start of the season, he was definitely scoring and getting into good positions. So what's nice about this 6.2 is that you can really pick players. Let's look at the form quickly, just to check that we covered everyone. Form is form.
I don't know.
Jeez, my eyesight must be going bad. I just can't see form over here. Ah, here we go.
The eyesight is bad.
Yeah. So in terms of form, Moutinho's up there. You were saying you were mentioning Wijnaldum, Suj?
Yeah, I like him. He plays every game. He looks like he'll king. So what's his price though?
5.5.
I think it's completely worth 5.5.
Just take the pundit on Wijnaldum.
So it's between Knockout and Wijnaldum.
Yeah, how much is money is left?
You've got 0.7 in the bank, and I would suggest you keep
Take out Westwood.
5.2.
No, this is the Wan Bissaka story all over again, eh?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, give it Westwood in.
And that's the fantasy trap when you have your wildcard. As soon as you have money to play around with, you start up thinking that, hey, you know what, in the future, I might need him, but practically, whenever you use it, you play your team every week, there's 3 hours on the bench, and 99% of the time, they don't come on. So
Yes, exactly. I think a lot of people, if you notice, the people who perform the best are the ones whose benches are like non-existent.
But I'm playing, yes.
Yeah. So
yeah,
to
we
me,
play, but don't really do anything but play.
That play.
I like this. I like this team because I see like when you want to, you can take a punt on Wolves and play both of them, and you might score big on a like a double clean sheet. You've got players that play everywhere, so you won't be caught with your pants down, except maybe with Westwood. In terms of your scoring people, to me, Lacazette, Aguero, and Hazard are your main point getter. Of course, everyone has Hazard and Aguero, but Lacazette, not enough people are jumped on him yet, and I'm actually very surprised about it. Madison is maybe your differential. I don't know how many people will actually bring him in. Let's have a look at the percentage, maybe. Yeah, you see, a lot of people are going with Richarlison because he scored before the international break, and they just really think that he's just going to come back to life again. You know, they've got a couple of mixed fixtures, so really, I think a lot of people will choose between Madison or Richarlison. You were saying?
Leicester's fixtures.
Now, to me, Leicester's fixtures are unequivocal. Other than the Arsenal game, they've got great fixtures, and to me, Madison and Vardy, like I would have put Vardy in this team instead of because I think Vardy's like a scorer, but like I said,
At whose expense would you have put Vardy?
maybe Mane. But I mean, as we go forward, let's see how Liverpool perform, and maybe we can still make that change.
You would have put Vardy in place of Mane. Is that what you're saying to me?
No, not in place, but I need a budget from somewhere.
Yeah, but I'm
Mane is
asking.
the obvious out of this whole team. There's one player here that has not performed. He's not justifying his place at all, and that is Mane. You basically are running on the fixtures. You hope Liverpool turn it around. That's what we're really looking at.
Okay, you finished now. I'm asking you, who from the front three would you drop for that Vardy?
Well, Mari, of course.
There we go. There's my question answered.
Okay, I missed the part where you said forward line. So, are you happy with this team?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Just for clarity's sake, I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. I won't make the fixtures now, but I think we've gone through quite a few.
Yeah, make transfers.
Okay.
Please.
I'll do that. I'm just I'm not saving this for my own purposes. I swear. Okay. I'll make the transfers. confirm.
Yeah, that's what you call a proper wild card.
Okay. So, looking at the next fixture list, Chelsea United, ooh, they're playing against each other. We'll leave them off. City seems like the one you want to get involved in. Liverpool also have a good fixture. So, actually, it might be a little difficult for you to pick a captain here.
Change goalkeeper.
Before we do that, let's talk about your captain. Who would you captain this week?
Anyway, for sure.
I'll wait for the show. When you always choose your captain.
Smart.
Yeah, okay. Just
So
as
you
a
guys,
default,
you guys
captain
do your
by default.
research and
In case you get hit by a bus and you can't make the changes, who would you pick?
Aguero.
Yeah, I mean, that is the obvious. That is the obvious pick. You are 3 points behind the leader in the group, so don't you think? You think this is not the time to take chances, right? You're basically using your wild card to make up that gap and to get ahead again.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll bring Ryan in for you. Doherty in place of Bennett. Mendy in place of Pasaka, definitely. Swap these around. Would you like to put Bennett as your first change or Westwood?
Bennett, my first choice.
Okay, great. And
Put Westwood as my last change.
Westwood is last change, okay.
Yeah,
He's really not going to play for you that much, so. Okay, cool. So this is the team. I think it's a pretty good team. And yeah, let's see where you go from there.
It's a shut team, man.
Okay, just as the last thing, Suj, is there any changes obvious changes that you would make if this was your wild card?
Yeah. I'd throw all these players away because I know the Owens below me won't get as much points as I would with this team. I feel for the Owens, so I'd put weak players. I'm fucking around. From these Owens here, from the way you're starting, look, I think Wijnaldum is a bit of a chancy but you can always keep your eye on that.
So
But other than that, Madison, Murray, and that Doherty should give you points every now and then, whilst those other ones, those four, Hazard, Aguero, Lacazette, and Mane is the ones where you want all your points from every week.
Alonso.
Oh, sorry, Mendy and Alonso, yeah.
Yeah, in my thoughts on this team, I mean, I more or less, I do fit, I agree with you on most of those points. I will just say that for this week coming up, you might have a bit of a problem making points there. You've got City, United playing Chelsea, you've got Arsenal playing Leicester. You really don't know what will happen there. And relying on two Liverpool, hold on a second, relying on two Liverpool players when they are really just quite off form and coming back from internationals, you are taking a chance there. But I mean, really, you
one of the worst teams in the league, so I don't think it's really much of a chance.
Yeah, look, I mean, if Liverpool are to turn it around, this would be the best possible fixture. Perhaps if they were at home, it would have been a bit better. But yeah, this is the time. I mean, I think a lot of people are having a lot of faith in Liverpool. I don't know, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking maybe this is where Liverpool start to falter. I think Klopp's style is relying on them with this high energy, and I think they're going to start to fall apart. At this moment in time, I'm not being biased. I don't think I'm being biased. I don't think they're going to win the league, and I think they're going to start faltering. Especially, unless they win this game big, I think they're going to start faltering.
Look, your tone suggests that you enjoyed saying it. So. I'm not going to say I didn't enjoy hearing it. But
Okay,
yeah.
I'm definitely biased, but yeah, that's my thought. Well, what do you think? Do you think I'm off? Am I totally off base?
Look, I think their fixtures were a bit tough the last four. And I think they'll pick up now because they're playing a bit of weaker opposition. And yeah, I think Liverpool will continue what they were doing. Maybe not to be their front three is not completely firing yet. But I mean, eventually they should.
But their back is sorted.
Yeah, their defense is where the
Defense is
problem
sorted.
was. And they fixed that. So
Agreed.
just for the front three to do what they must do, what they did last season,
Yeah.
But hey, with this Salah injury now, it might make things a bit different because then all the pressure's on Mane and Firmino to deliver
Yeah.
as the senior ones in that strike force.
Yeah, no, I do agree with that. The way the league is going is it's with City, Chelsea, and Liverpool up there. I think people are not really they're still not yet talking about Chelsea. But to me, Chelsea are actually the front runners for me in the league.
Yeah, I are title contenders, that's
I
for
think
sure.
it's a Chelsea Man City fight this season.
Yes, and that's why in me personally, I want to try and bring my team to fill my team with Chelsea players.
Yeah.
You know, because I like if unless they of course completely rely on Hazard only, then they could be a problem because they clearly want to perform better in the Champions League.
Yeah, plus no Rata scored in the last game to open his account.
Did you just say no, Rata?
Yeah, that was my mantra in the start of the season when I was choosing my teams because he was just crap at the end of last season and a crap at the start of the season.
Yeah. Oh, United dodged a bullet there.
Well,
Okay, cool. So that's it for today. Good luck with your team, Rohit, and yeah, are you definitely gonna win it again this season or?
There's a reason why it says score.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's it for this week. Next week we'll be back to normal, going through our captain picks. So join us for that. And if you like this video, please subscribe and send us your comments because I mean we definitely we're looking for feedback and how we can change the show and make it better. And if you like this segment, I think maybe we went over a bit time now. We've hit about 50 minutes or so. Maybe we can do it a bit shorter next time. But I thought we just wanted to free talk, go through the team and see where our picks would lie. And if you guys are picking your wildcard team, I would also suggest Fantasy Football Geeks is the one website, and Fantasy Football Scout is another to have a look at some players.
Definitely.
my favorite football fix is the best one.
Yeah, look, it's a paid website, obviously, so
It's worth every cent.
Yeah, it's not bad at all, but you need a credit card for it. So if you're gonna go into that, it's
Worth every cent.
yeah. Okay.
There's 90 bucks thrown away.
Okay.
Place it. Thanks for everyone. So.